Hey there, it's Vanessa Spiva with Keller Williams Realty, partner and founder of Urban Door Real Estate Group. Today's discussion and real estate tip is about leasing. So whether you are looking to buy a property or sell a property, you have the option to lease or not, right? So we're going to get into that for buyers and for sellers. And starting with sellers, you have a property, you're thinking about selling, you're not sure what you want to do, you have plans to move, you're going to be living somewhere else, another property, another town, whatever it might be, right? So how do you know if you keep the property and lease it out or if you sell it? Well, it depends on two things. One, your future needs, and two, the market. So future needs, if you know that you'll be back in 2 to 5 years and you'll move back into that property eventually, then it's probably a good idea for you to remain the homeowner and keep it and rent it out. You want to make sure that those numbers match up and that you'll be covering the mortgage plus expenses. But overall, you want to keep the property if you have a future need for it, or if you think you or your family might really need to move back in the near future. So that's the first thing to consider. And the second thing is, well, what market are we in? What will the market provide in value for your property? Right now, we are still in a hot seller's market. So you're probably going to get the most money possible right now in Los Angeles, California in April and May of 2018. We are in a hot market. And if you're already thinking about selling and your goal is to, cash out on the equity and take advantage of the seller's market, I would say sell now as opposed to leasing, because you're not going to be living there, and leasing is not going to give you the same financial benefit as you will receive by selling it at the top of the market in a hot seller's market. So that's my tip for sellers who are considering, do I sell or do I lease it out long term? And again, it all comes back to the numbers. So I could definitely crunch all those numbers for you, and we could literally match them up side by side, the numbers for selling and the numbers for leasing, and compare, and then also discuss your goals and how it relates to that. And for buyers, well, if you've been looking for a home and you haven't found something yet, but you've been in the home buying process for a while, well, how do you decide if you just keep going, keep trucking in this competitive market to buy a home, or do you just wait it out and continue to lease? So again, there's two factors to decide, or to help you decide what to do. One is, what are your goals, right? That, I guess it goes for both sides. What are your goals? If you want financial security, then you probably do not want to lease anymore. Again, remember, when you're leasing, you're not building equity. You're paying off someone's mortgage. And we all have to lease here and there at some point, but it's not an ideal situation for long-term financial security, because again, every single month, that rent money is not going anywhere. It's just going out the door. So once you buy a property, you're consistently building equity, and that is what builds financial security over time. So that's the first thing to decide. And second thing is to decide is, well, how long are you willing to wait? If you're willing to wait one more year to see what the market does, then that's a possibility. But again, the market is unpredictable and we just don't know what will happen. So you really want to stick to your goals. And then also another way, a little bonus way to figure this out, is how much money have you spent on rent? If you've been renting for a while and you just thought about buying recently and you haven't bought something yet, and now you're getting cold feet and you're thinking, well, I've already been looking for a home for 6 months or a year. I'm just tired. I'm over it. I don't want to look anymore. I'm just going to continue to rent. Well, you're going to have a shocking experience once you calculate all those numbers. For one of my clients, we figured out that in the past 10 years, they have spent $300,000 on rent. Painful, I know, for 10 years. So that means that they could have bought something 10 years ago and they would have built, minimum $300,000 in equity. And of course, if they had decided to sell by now, the property would be appreciated and all those other things that factor into appreciation and profits. But once we looked at the numbers and we saw how much money that they have paid in rent, within the past 10 years, the client was like, okay, I know it's a tough market. I know it's competitive. I know there's not enough homes for sale and it's low inventory, but I'm determined to be a homeowner because I do not want to waste my money anymore. 10 years too long. So again, it really depends on your goals, and just really ask yourself those questions. Talk to your spouse, call me. I have, a lot of experience and I have these discussions with people every single day, day in, day out, and I can offer some expertise and help you make the best decision for you and your family. It's not just about getting a deal done. Those realtors are out there. I'm not one of them. I'm really here to help you make the best decision for your needs. All right, guys, that is our video. I hope you enjoyed the topic for this week. If you have any questions, please call me, text me, email me, Facebook me, get a hold of me somehow. I'm available. I love to talk real estate. Even if you just have questions, I want to make sure I pass on my knowledge and information to you. And most importantly, please share this video. Forward it to your friend or your coworker or your neighbor if you know that they are looking to buy or sell. Thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful day.